You are listening to Football Live, the preview show on Brila FM with Barry Swain.
Welcome to Football Live, the preview show. We're here every week to look forward to the key action in the Premier League in England, and of course that action can be heard as it unfolds on a Saturday afternoon and a Sunday afternoon right here on Brila FM with Football Live. Last weekend we saw Chelsea fire another blank. We saw another 1-0 to the Arsenal, and Manchester United lifted their first major trophy in 6 years when they brushed aside Newcastle United beneath the arch at Wembley to lift the Carabao Cup in the final, winning by 2-0. Erik ten Hag, the man on a mission, his first trophy in his first season in charge at Old Trafford.
Very important. It's a long time ago, but this club is used to win trophies, big trophies even. So this is one. We worked really hard for it, and it has to be an inspiration because there has to come more. It was so that the fans are so behind us, and it gives us such a good feeling. And I'm so happy for them that we can bring them a trophy.
Ten Hag sees his United team return to Premier League action this weekend on Sunday. Arch rivals Liverpool are the opponents at Anfield. It's an opportunity for United to really cement their place in the top four with a victory, which would, of course, bring back Champions League football to Old Trafford next season. Liverpool's chances of being in next season's Champions League are still alive after a 2-0 home win in midweek against Wolverhampton Wanderers. And this weekend's home match against Ten Hag's United is quite simply a must-win if they are to realistically turn things around in the final 3 months of the season and finish in the top four. They could still win the Champions League, but they would have to overcome a 5-2 first leg home defeat against Real Madrid to make it through to the quarter-finals. Unlikely, but you just never know with Liverpool. This Sunday's Football Live with Josh Bailey starts at 5:20 in the afternoon, slightly later than the normal start time of Football Live on Brila FM. We'll have exclusive coverage of the big Reds versus Red Devils clash at Anfield. And of course, it is exclusive on Brila FM. Sticking with Sunday, the early afternoon match is between Nottingham Forest and Everton. Two teams who slipped to defeat last weekend, and two teams very much part of the relegation battle down at the bottom end of the Premier League. Sean Dyche has seen his side win 2 and lose 3 of their first 5 matches under his managership. Everton, well, they've been awful away from home this season, and they continued that run in midweek, losing 4-0 away at table-topping Arsenal. Forest, of course, are also woeful away from home. They lost 4-0 at West Ham last week, but they do have an advantage this weekend. They are at the City Ground. They're at home, and they're in decent form at home. You've got to fancy Forest in that match. Forest disappointing away at West Ham last week. As I say, 4-0 thrashing in East London. Here is the Forest manager, Steve Cooper.
Then what happened between the first goal and the third goal is just so unacceptable in so many ways, you know. Okay, we let them go 1-0 up, and we would be disappointed with that, but then to do what we did after it is just incredible, really. You know, some of the decision making, some of the game management, some of the desire just to stay in the game, or lack of desire, to stay in the game, is just something that's a little bit difficult to comprehend at the moment. And you know, we haven't shown that for a long while.
You are listening to Football Live, the preview show on Brila FM with Barry Swain.
Before we switch back to the busy Saturday action, a quick mention of Monday's European qualification battle. That's right, Brentford and Fulham meet in a West London derby, with both sides eyeing up possible qualification into Europe for next season. Both teams in great form, and Monday's G-Tech Community Stadium clash really should be a great game. Let's hear now from Marco Silva. His Fulham side are also into the last 8 of the FA Cup after a midweek win over Leeds United.
Play quarters-finals, you want to do our best to play the semi-finals. We'll be step by step, always, game by game, always, and is what will be. And our approach will be the same. We want to be to play the semi-finals, and we have to do our best in the quarters.
So, rewind the clock, but staying in the future, let's turn our focus on to Saturday afternoon, and a very busy afternoon of action in the Premier League. Saturday's Football Live show covers 5 of Saturday's 7 matches, including the leaders Arsenal, who have another home match against strugglers Bournemouth. Following up on their easy home win in midweek against Everton, they know that another victory against strugglers this weekend will, for a while at least, expand their lead at the top of the Premier League to 8 points. The Gunners manager, Mikel Arteta, happy to take revenge against Everton on Wednesday night at the Emirates Stadium.
That I'm really happy with the way we played to win this game that we had in hand, obviously, because it makes a big difference, and that we have to continue the same way. We had some difficulties in the first 20-25 minutes against a side that is extremely well organized, but I think overall we deserve to win the game again. It is incredible, but we know why we are here, and it's because every single day we have this hunger and motivation to be better.
Chelsea will be hopeful that this is the week where they rediscover their goal-scoring touch. Another blank for Graham Potter last Sunday in the London derby away at Tottenham Hotspur. Another defeat for Chelsea. Anything other than a home win against struggling Leeds United this weekend, and Potter might well be making his way out of Chelsea very soon. Leeds United's new manager, Javi Gracia, has had a week with his new players, one win and one cup defeat at Fulham, where he felt his team deserved just a little bit more.
To be honest, I think today we were a little bit unlucky because we created many chances. We were really close to score. One post, one goal disallowed, in my opinion, very, very soft. I thought I was in England, not in Spain, when this situation maybe is foul. But the effort my players did was massive, and I think we deserve something else. But all the games are important for us. We need the points are in play in every game we are going to play. Then we have to be really focused, give our best in every single game, because we really need the points are in play.
Brighton and Hove Albion are unbeaten in 11 against West Ham United. The Hammers have never beaten the Seagulls in the Premier League. They meet at the Amex this Saturday afternoon in one of the featured matches right here on Football Live on Brila FM. Brighton in 8th have hopes of qualifying for Europe. West Ham climbed out of the bottom three last weekend with a big win over Forest, but crashed out of the FA Cup away at Manchester United in midweek.
It is drama you will not want to miss.
Well, against all the odds, Bournemouth have taken the lead. Not a single shot on target up to this point.
Yeah, it was a James Ward-Prowse classic. He just curls it beautifully.
Well, it's been absolute chaos.
Yes, Josh. Football's a cruel game. You can have all the possession you want, but if you don't put the ball at the back of the net...
It was, again, Kane and Son, like the good old days.
But this show never disappoints.
Yes, well, it's Brentford 0, Crystal Palace 1 here, and it's Eberechi Eze who's got the goal.
Oh my word, Josh. I cannot believe how Phil Foden has not made this 2-0.
Yes, Barry, it's a second goal for Borussia Dortmund, and the Dice Watch go on are running away with it now.
Tottenham Hotspur have a stronghold on the top four, a win over Chelsea last weekend, but Antonio Conte's men lost in midweek to Championship high flyers Sheffield United, and that most likely means Tottenham Hotspur go yet another season without a major honour. On Saturday, Tottenham Hotspur go to improving Wolverhampton Wanderers at Molineux. Also in the Midlands, Aston Villa look to build on a good win at Everton last weekend with a home match against Crystal Palace. Palace could yet be dragged into a relegation battle if they are not careful. This Saturday's lunchtime match is Newcastle United against Manchester City. The late game on Saturday evening is the bottom of the table side Southampton, who crashed out of the FA Cup this week against League 2 Grimsby Town. Grimsby coming to the South Coast and winning by 2-1. They will be taking on Leicester City at the weekend. And I think you have to say that is a must-win for Southampton, who need points to get towards safety in the Premier League soon. Football Live is live on Brila FM on Saturday from 3:45 in the afternoon, West African time that is. And on Sunday, 5:20, join us for two action-packed shows. It's the best way to follow the Premier League and the major leagues around Europe. Football Live, the preview show, returns next week, and we look forward to your company once again for a preview of the next batch of big matches.
You are listening to Football Live, the preview